How was your childhood been?
I've grown up with a lot of shame, embarrassed about my parents. Everybody's father coming home at night, and my father never came home. And my mother would sit and cry. She's seeing ghosts. She's talking to spirits.
As an individual, which is like everyday struggle for you guys.
It is. Everyday struggle. I grew up being called Baila, Chakka, Ijada, Namar.
Why do we say that gay relationships are fragile and difficult to sustain? How do one handle criticism or bullying in schools and colleges which happen?
God, why did you make me like this? I want to bang my head. Ye dharti fate aur mujhe le lo. Me, why me?
When the very first day when the people enter Gay Bombay, do they cry?
Yeah, they feel a relief that there are people like me who don't judge me. My son is gay and HIV positive. Can he find a life partner? Just imagine mother's love.
So Umang, welcome to Next Page. It's a pleasure to have you on this platform and have this conversation. We'll keep the conversation Hindi, English, whatever suits in between. So very first question straight to you, Umang. How was your childhood been? If I have to ask you from the lens of that young Umang who was 7 years, 8 years, or even 14 years old, the time when, being who you are was not even socially accepted, almost illegal. How was that time for you?
First of all, thank you for inviting this platform. It is so empathetic, and I've gone through your YouTube channel. It's a fantastic change you're bringing in mental and emotional health and taking interest in the LGBT community and mental health. Thanks a ton. Thanks for bringing this change and impact. Yeah, I had a very different childhood, when I realized, as you said, the young woman of 6 and 7 years old, I realized that something drastically wrong in my house, and when I compared to other people, we used to live in a chawl in Andheri, and I could see everybody's father coming home at night, and my father never came home for many nights, and my mother would sit and cry. I remember that my mother is not like every else's mother. She's seeing ghosts, she's talking to spirits, she's not even able to drape a sari well, she's not able to cook well, she's not able to communicate well. Other people are laughing at my parents, So I grew up being very ashamed of my parents, extremely ashamed that I grew up in a dysfunctional home, where my mother and father used to fight. There was violence, it was not functional in terms. My father was never a responsible person. Whenever he got salary, he went to casinos and gambling houses. We didn't come home for days, and my mother would sit home and cry. मेरी मम्मी को भूत दिखते थे. वो मेरे कितनी बार वो साइकेट्रिस्ट के पास जाके लेके जाते थे. She was like in front of other women, she was very dumb. She would talk crap. My father would not come home. I clearly remember when I was 7 and 8 year old, my father had not come home for 10 days. He had stolen my mother's jewelry, stolen cash from home, and Diwali time where everybody is celebrating and my mom is crying, and it is a huge shame and embarrassment. I've grown up with a lot of shame, embarrassed about my parents. I remember my mother once pouring kerosene in a glass and saying that your father has not come home for 7 days. Should I drink and die? And I was just 7 years old. I didn't know what to say. It's not process it. So I come from a family where both my parents had mental illness. My mother had schizophrenia and my dad had bipolar. So I grew up seeing my mother. She would call up my uncle and say, your dead wife is in my kitchen. I am giving food, shelter, clothes. Please come and pick her from my attic. And my father, he would be absent for days. We wouldn't know. My mother would go to casinos, grab him home, and there'd be fights on the street. The neighbors, fighting and all that. And I remember he would come in the middle of night after the money was over, and he ringing the bell, and my mother would not open, and it was really, really horrible. It was I didn't know what to do, I was so ashamed of both of them, My mother will not open the door to teach him a lesson. So, and there was extreme poverty at home, in terms of my grandfather was very rich man and he supported us. But then our house, it was like a one room kitchen and it was dilapidated because my father was not interested. He just wanted to spend money, So whatever basic needs were taken care by my grandfather.
So, when you got to know that, when did you realize that you're a gay? Or you always knew? How did that happen?
So I didn't understand the term, but I've always grew up getting attracted to men. I remember early days there was Stardust and Filmfare magazine, and I would ogle at them and look at them. I would get attracted to my neighbors. I would get attracted to my school friends. So I didn't know there was a term called gay, but I remember calling up some guy at Stardust, some model, and telling I want to go on a date. Let's meet me outside Miti by college. So I remember getting attracted to Anil Kapoor, Jackie Shroff, Kumar Gaurav, but I didn't know the term, So I was not sure ki what was it. I remember very confused ki why this is happening. Why am I not like other guys? I don't like to play cricket. I want to play with a doll, and I grew up being called Baila, Chakka, Ijada, Namard, So I was so ashamed and embarrassed of myself. I would not walk in front of people, go from the behind door because they will laugh and mock. So I didn't know that I was gay, but I remember like I was 16 or 17 years old, I guess, and I realized that Shobha Dev was writing a book with Ashok Rao Kavi. I used to read Shobha Dev's column in midday. So I called up, gathered a lot of courage and called up Midday Publication. I was 17 years old. Okay, can you give me a number of Shobha De? And they gave me. So I called up Shobha De and I said, I want Ashok Rao Kavi's number. So Ashok Rao Kavi is a big activist who came with a gay magazine called Bombay Dost. So he was synonymous with homosexuality. So at that time I only know Ashok Rao Kavi. I didn't know. So, but I wanted to talk to him, meet people like me who like men, because I was in an environment with straight people. So I called up Shobha De. She gave me the number, and like a nosy kid, I asked her, "Is your cousin Gautam Radhaksha gay?" And she said, "Why don't you ask him?" But she clearly gave me the number. It was a landline number, and I called up, and that was the first time I have a number of a gay guy. All excited and scared. So I called up and Ashok Rao Kavi's mother picks up. So I said, "Mera naam Ramesh hai." And she said, "Mela Ashok hai?" Nahi. Then I called her again. She picked up. The third time she said hello. And it was such a mixed excitement. Ki, hey, finally, I'm talking to someone like me who like men, and who is like me, but I was scared. So I was the nice 16-year-old guy, and I just told him, I am Rajesh. I like macho guys like Jackie Shroff and Anil Kapoor, and I want to meet them. And he said, "This is not a brothel." He said, "I like macho guys."
So cute.
And he still teases him, macho guys. And then he said that there is a space called Gokul Bar behind Taj Mahal Hotel, where every Saturday gay people meet. So that's where my exposure started, where I went and met other people like me, and I realized that it's fine to be gay. There are people like me.
Before that, was that the time when you realized that you can now admit in front of other people that you're gay and it's okay to be gay? So what I want to ask is when, how, and when did you get courage to accept and express?
Okay. So before that, I didn't have the vocabulary that I am gay, and I was teased and bullied a lot,
Yeah.
And I remember going to a function, a 31st party, and I got a fish pond that when your mother was expecting, your dad wanted a girl and your mother wanted a boy, and when you were born, they both were happy, and they all were laughing. I was like 18 years old. But I didn't know, or 17, I don't know. I didn't know that this is the word gay. I remember I was in a class of 50 people and I was filling my SSC form, and the principal said that there is a male column and there is a female column. Does anybody need a third column? And one guy says that Umang, and everybody's laughing. And I wish कि धरती फटे और मैं समा जाऊं. I wanted to bang my head कि God, why did you make? So I didn't have the vocabulary, but I started accepting myself. There are a couple of things that made me accept. Was going to this bar, Gokul bar, where I saw people like that. There was a Humsafar center where you could go and meet other gay guys. And one of the best thing is I remember a guy telling his mother that I am gay. And she called us at her house. She not only accepted her son, but she was okay with other gay guys coming. And that was the time I realized it's okay. It's okay to be gay, And whatever happened, those incidents at school and that 31st party, that's when I realized that I need to talk about it. Because what I have gone through, I don't want other people to go through. I want to create that space. So that these all three incidents, Gokul, going to Humsafar Center, meeting other people, that it's fine, That's where I accepted myself. It's okay. I can start talking about it.
So I think you've already answered my next question. I don't know whether to get emotional about it, whether to say, oh, amazing, Umang, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. We both are. You're bringing awareness.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Was there a moment when you realized that it's enough of hiding and accepting your own identity and going now out loud saying it to the world that, who I am? Maybe you did not know the term gay then, probably gay was not even commonly used that time. People, like you said, identified you all as, chaka, baila and all of that. So was there that moment when you realized that now it's time, I have to go out and, share it with the world?
One of the reason I wanted to go out and tell the world I am gay is at that time, being gay was all synonymous with sex. If you're gay, you are sleeping around, you're hooking up, you are having sex all over. So one of the reason I wanted to go and tell the world is to change the image that what you see outside is not the gay thing, because gay was very shameful, synonymous with sex, clapping loud, lipstick, girly, Bobby darling, that was all gay about. So that's where I remember when somebody told me, okay, Bobby darling is spoiling the image of the gay guy, everybody is not like that. And then at that time I answered him that Bobby darling is doing what he is doing. What are you doing? How are you changing the image? And then I understood that I can keep on blaming that the media is showing us in a bad picture. We are sissy, pansy, loud lipstick, media is doing what he is doing. But I have a choice, Sneha. I can keep blaming Bobby darling. I can keep blaming Bollywood. I can keep blaming other people that they are kind of showing a wrong image of the gay guys, or this is not the only image, or I can take responsibility to bring a change and show them कि ऐसे लोग भी है. Not everybody is effeminate, wearing lipstick and loud. So that was the moment I decided that I need to be out and somewhere show the world that there is a spectrum. All gays are not Bobby darling, clapping, pansy. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's me.
Among a lot of people say that they understand, they're being friends to you guys. But are they really being friendly, and are they really understanding the community and the life that you're being through?
See, it's phases, It's phases. Sometimes the intention is good, but the experience is bad,
Okay, what does that mean?
So, for example, you have a friend, who comes out as gay, and you realize that he's doing a lot of drama at your house. He's coming in a flamboyant way, or he's trying to hit on you. You have a bad experience. One bad experience means all the community is like that, right?
Yeah, I get
so
it.
Because the perception of gay people is only through media and through experience. So you see somebody that, okay, this guy is trying to hit on me, or this guy is behaving that way, doing drama, then you want to back off. And but some people are very compassionate and all. Okay, it's okay. God has made him like that. He was not like that. He's gone through so much trauma in his childhood, so it's fine. So everybody is different. Their acceptance level, their understanding.
So let's talk about the overall LGBTQ community. When we talk about this community in India and in person, what is, as an individual, which is like everyday struggle for you guys?
It is. Everyday struggle. Does everybody ask you when are you getting married? When are you getting kids? Why are you wearing this pink color? This is for girls. It's an everyday challenge. Every day your neighbor तुम्हारा वो धोबी भी पूछेगा पेड़े कभी खिला रहे हो, शादी कभी करोगे, तुम्हें करियर क्यों कर रहा है, ये लिया है डांसिंग, तुम प्रोफेसर क्यों नहीं हो, तुम ऐसे क्यों चलते हो, ये ऐसे क्यों पहनते हो, तुम ऐसे कपड़े क्यों पहनते हो. There is a huge. See, the idea is that people want us to live up to their expectation.
Yeah.
A girl should be like that, a boy should be wear, a boy should not cry, a boy cannot wear sandals, a boy cannot wear makeup and not lipstick. So you are not fitting into their perception of a man. So it's every struggle you are constantly fighting. इंडिया में तो 50 साल वाले आदमी को ही बोलेगा तुम्हारी शादी क्यों नहीं है, कोई डाइवर्स या इसको मिला देते. So it's struggle. It's still huge struggle. In metros it is little better, but you go outside, तुम्हारे कोई problem है, is there a sexual problem, are you a eunuch, you can't get it up, there are so many things, you are a shame to our family. हमने तुम्हें इतने इमोशनल ब्लैकमेल, हमें तुमने इतने तुम्हारी बहन की धूमधाम से शादी कराई, तो इतना सारा दिया है, तो हमें लेना भी तो है ना बहू से. It's so much, you are so guilty that you are not able to make your parents happy, they are crying. So every day is a struggle. I want to carry my bag like this. I have a tota bag. I was so embarrassed कि लड़की जैसा लगेगा तो, but somehow I said, who cares? I want to wear. So you just small things, you want to wear certain, you want to behave in a certain way. You're very conscious.
And you've been creating a safe space for last 25 years.
Yeah.
You've been through so much. I think we can go on and on, but the safe space that you have created, when somebody walks in for the first time in that safe space, how does it feel to them?
So first of all, like when I started Gay Bombay in 1998, I was 24 years old. I told people that being gay is all about sex, or you enter that Gokul or you enter that whatever, people will think that you are gay. It was 1998, So I told them to come to McDonald's and sit and observe us. Okay, we are gay, we are wearing a black cap, so we don't have 4 hands and 2 heads, we are just like you. So when somebody enters a space, whether it is LGBT or mental health, they connect. Okay, that guy is also Maharashtrian. His parents are also very conservative. If he can come out and resist marriage pressure, then why can't I? That guy did not get married and has a boyfriend. I will also find a boyfriend. I won't be alone in my life, right? If that guy is wearing a pink shirt, I am dying to wear a pink shirt. But my parents will say लड़की है, बाइला है, मैं भी पिंक शर्ट पहनता हूँ. मैं खुल के बोल सकता हूँ कि मुझे क्रिकेट पसंद नहीं है, मुझे साड़ी का पल्लू डिस्कस करना है, जो मैं बाहर नहीं कर सकता. राइट मुझे बोलना है कि मुझे स्पोर्ट्स में ज़रा भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, मुझे कुकिंग में इंटरेस्ट है, मुझे ज्वेलरी में इंटरेस्ट है. मैं खुल के बोल सकता हूँ मुझे माधुरी दीक्षित नहीं, मुझे रणबीर कपूर पसंद है. आई कैन डिस्कस रणबीर कपूर, which is such a safe, it's just that mask I can remove and breathe freely कि this is the true I am. I don't, just imagine there is so much pressure outside to act like a man, to behave. मुझे जबरदस्ती इंजीनियरिंग करना है, मुझे डांसिंग करना है. इसने इंजीनियरिंग छोड़ के डांसिंग किया तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. मैं भी घर पे शादी का प्रेशर है तो मैं भी खोल सकता हूँ. कल उठ के we used to call mothers who accepted their gay children. मैं भी अपनी मम्मी को लाके इसकी मम्मी को मिला सकता हूँ. Just imagine if I am not comfortable with myself, if I am very conscious So how can I give 100%? How can I live my life to the fullest?
Yeah, you'll never be you.
Never be you, yeah. जबरदस्ती ये करना, मुझे तो हॉबी करना है, मुझे शॉपिंग करना है, मुझे तो फैशन टीवी देखना है, स्पोर्ट्स चैनल तो नहीं देखना, लेकिन जबरदस्ती देखना पड़ता है भाई, ये घर पे आई एम अ मैन, आई एम टू वॉच दैट, नहीं पसंद है मुझे, तो साड़ी का पल्लू देखना है.
First day when people enter, do they cry?
Sorry, come again, yeah.
When the very first day when the people enter Gay Bombay, do they cry?
Yeah, they feel a relief that there are people like me who don't judge me. I can move my hands like that. I can talk. I don't have to be stiff like this. I can be like that. मेरी लैंग्वेज, मेरा बोल, मेरी आवाज, ये मेरी लड़की जैसी आवाज है, तो इट्स ओके. आई जस्ट इमेजिन मेरी लड़की जैसी आवाज है, चार लोगों के सामने मैं बोल भी नहीं सकता हूँ. ये लोग तो बोले क्या लड़की है, यहाँ तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ. आई जस्ट इमेजिन अ स्पेस वेयर आई कैन एक्सप्रेस एंड ओपन. इट इज सच अ रिलीफ, क्योंकि मेरी लड़की की आवाज से कोई मुझे जज नहीं करेगा. मैं नेल पॉलिश पहन के आएगा तो कोई मुझे जज नहीं करेगा, लेकिन वहां तो मैं बोल भी नहीं सकता. तो घुटन है. इट्स लाइक अ घुटन. कोविड में तुम 2 साल अंदर बैठे थे, जस्ट 30 साल तुम केज में बंद हो. दैट इज द फीलिंग. 2 साल में इतने प्रॉब्लम है, मेंटल हेल्थ है. 30 साल कितने प्रॉब्लम्स होंगे?
30 years, 35 years,
40 years.
I happen to meet people who are married with kids, but they have later realized that they don't want to live that life because they're gay.
Yeah. They are. So there are many ways to look at it, So
I don't know whom, sorry to interrupt, Umang, I don't know whom to blame, to them or to the society, because of which they had to go through this process, because that seemed to be normal.
So there are a couple of things. So it's like there's no one reason. One is you sometimes you sympathize कि society does not accept, marriage pressure है, लेकिन कितने लोगों वही उम्र में वो लोग ने शादी नहीं किया ना, they fought it. Secondly, it's sad. I want to share this with you. Okay, one is I don't want to be left alone. I will be very lonely. So let me get married to a woman. और side में तो मैं I will be gay. Yeah. Second, I will get married. I will divorce. तो शादी का फिर topic चला जाएगा life में forever. Can you imagine? Some people do that. So everything is not black and white, Not everybody is forced to get married. Some people, yes, they don't understand. They are forced to get married. Sometimes they are in a business background and they don't have education. So if you don't get married, you will be thrown out. I remember recently 2 guys approached me when they saw Mr. and Mr. ad, and seeing that ad, they gathered the courage to come out to their wife and parents that I am gay and I want to now live my authentic life. I'm sorry, but I just want to be myself because I can't carry on living the fake life, And so the idea is that they got the courage that it is possible to find a life partner.
No. I was reading an article and it says that by the age of 40, you actually get to know that who you are. Even for normal people, I'm talking about, like straight people, that term that we use very commonly. It's for every human that in the first half of your life, you're living as per your parents. Mid part of your life, you're trying to live for your kids, for your spouses, and the way, society is actually trying to put it across. And then post 30 and 35, you actually start to realize that you've never been yourself.
Yeah. It hits them hard,
You've always been being for either your parents, for your kids, for your spouse. And by the time you realize in 30, 35 that you want to live your life, what you are deep down, you also start to get to know that your parents are getting old. Now you again have to take care of them.
Yeah.
The kids are getting older. You have to pay for their education. So you again have a different other pressure to earn more, live a better life, maybe send them abroad and things like that.
Yeah. It's a vicious cycle when you realize that you're free and from your responsibility as a father, your responsibility as a son starts time. But having said that, Sneha, that's not the reason to say that at 40 I came to know I'm gay.
No, so what I was trying to say is that imagine when people who are straight, they realize that they want to live their life at 35 and 40, but yet they are in that cycle, the vicious cycle. I wonder how people, when you two spoke about, some people take divorce so that, the tag has come and now it's sorted, or some people have lived a life being a father and a spouse and then now they open up. They have, in fact, never lived their identity at all.
Yeah. They not live their true self.
Yeah.
It is like, I am left-handed and I'm forcing myself to write with the right hand.
Yeah. I mean, literally some parents do that.
Yeah.
And I feel surprised because my daughter is lefty, and when she takes prashad, and this little away from the context, सब बोलता है वो राइट हैंड से क्यों नहीं लेते, मैंने उसका लेफ्ट ही उसका राइट है. आई डोंट वांट टू फोर्स हर टू डू व्हिच इज कॉमन व्हाट एवरीबॉडी इज सेइंग. हाथ तो दोनों बॉडी के ही पार्ट है, गॉड हैज गिवन इट. हु सेड दैट राइट इज द राइट थिंग टू डू एंड लेफ्ट इज नॉट द राइट थिंग टू डू? या,
क्योंकि उनकी बिलीफ है कि राइट से ही लेना चाहिए, एंड इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू शेक दैट बिलीफ. बट यू नो इट, आई नो दैट इट इज व्हाट यू से, ये गे है तो वो सेम है, आदमी है, सेम फीलिंग्स है, बट वो लड़की नहीं, वो लड़के को पसंद है. तो सेम वे द वे यू एक्सेप्ट समवन लाइक प्रोग्रेसिव लाइक यू विद द लेफ्ट हैंड, you accept your gay friends.
So very first time when Umang somebody enters Gay Bombay, what do they walk out with?
So first of all, they walk out with that they are no longer ashamed and apologetic about what they are. Okay, the whole life, it's a process. It may not happen in the first time, second, third. For that, I am not inferior. I am not ashamed. I am not embarrassment. I can live my life the way I want to. मुझे वो पिंक कुर्ता जो छुपके से मैंने रखा है, अभी मैं खुल के पहन सकता हूँ.
रखते हैं मतलब लोग.
Yeah.
People do hide things.
I don't need approval from the society. I don't need validation. Not that much, अगर मैं लड़की की तरह चलता हूँ तो it's okay. I am not girly. I am not fitting to your definition of a girl.
Girl. True.
Yeah. मुझ में कोई खराबी नहीं है. खराबी तुम्हारी नजर में है. I am so I'll give an example which I say in my talk, that the idea is when they come to a space like this, throughout their life they have lived within a gay population. राइट, गे लोगों के साथ रिया, ऐसे करना, ऐसे बैग पकड़ना, ऐसे कपड़े पहनना है. जस्ट इमेजिन एंड ट्राइंग टू बी लाइक देम. जबरदस्ती क्रिकेट का बैट पकड़ना है, जबरदस्ती स्पोर्ट्स देखना है, जबरदस्ती माचो आवाज निकालना है, व्हाटएवर, जबरदस्ती सब करना है कि मुझे ये इंजीनियरिंग नहीं कर, फोर्स. But when you come to an environment, you realize कि I can be myself. So it's like telling a fish to climb a tree.
Yeah.
The fish will not able to climb a tree.
You're having a wrong expectation.
Yeah, and it will die outside water. And you're comparing fish with a squirrel. You will tell the fish, वो squirrel पेड़ चढ़ रहा है, तुम भी चढ़ो. But मैं पानी के लिए पैदा हुआ हूँ, पेड़ के लिए नहीं. I am born to like a man, not a woman.
Yeah.
So the fish is homosexual, a squirrel is heterosexual. You don't compare a fish to a squirrel. Then why are you comparing me with a heterosexual? So if a fish has to come, to give an answer to your question, if a fish has to be comfortable with being fish, what will fish go? It will move with other fish. So what do they come to Gay Bombay? Yeah. They move with other gay guys to be comfortable, to have a sense of belonging.
Umang, you've helped people navigate conversation with their families. You have sat in those rooms. How does that whole environment looks like?
In terms of LGBT or mental health?
LGBT.
LGBT.
I mean, I think mental health is a part of it.
Yeah, but okay, but I just want, because Hugging Club of India is mental health, so I thought, what I have done is I helped a lot of people come out to their parents, So what I did is I started Gay Bombay in 1998 to help people to talk openly, to create a safe space, okay? So what I did is I told people that we will meet and talk and keep sex out of it. When you keep sex out of it, you can talk over a lot of things. So first thing I did is I called up parents of gay people and introduced the kids to them. If his mother is accepting him, then there's nothing morally wrong. There's nothing culturally wrong. It is fine. So I created safe spaces. Like we would go for brunch, we'll go for picnic, parties, we'll go for outings, we will go and watch a film. So I created these safe spaces where they can be themselves, because outside is all straight. मुझे जबरदस्ती वो लड़की को देखना है, वो मेरे फ्रेंड लोग बोलते क्या इतनी अच्छी लड़की है, क्या माल है, मैं जबरदस्ती बोलना पड़ता है हाँ अच्छी है, अरे मुझे कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. बट यहाँ क्या हम दोनों बोल सकते हैं अनिल कपूर कितना चिकना है ना. That freedom, that space where I can be myself. कि वो ड्रेस कितना अच्छा है, वो ज्वेलरी कितनी अच्छी है, उसने साड़ी कितनी खराब तरीके से पहना है, मैं इतनी अच्छी तरह से वो साड़ी पहन सकता हूँ. I can talk like that, which I can't talk outside. So I created this space, alternate Sunday, alternate sexuality, where you can be yourself, where you can see other people being so comfortable and resisting lot of things. You can go and tell him, नहीं ये नहीं करूँगा, मैं यही कपड़ा पहनूंगा, मुझे ये करियर नहीं करना है, मुझे लड़की की शादी नहीं करना है, मुझे लड़के के भाई से शादी करना है, उसका रिश्ता लाओ.
What is alternate sexuality when you said this?
Alternate sexual means not heterosexual, beyond heterosexual. Gay, lesbian, trans, alternate sexuality.
I just have a curious question. While people identify you all with different names, now I want this to be simplified for audience also, the listeners. What is the difference between eunuch and LGBTQ as a community, or let's say gay and lesbians?
Okay. So eunuch is someone who is born as a male child and his genitals are male biologically. He changes as female. That's eunuch. Or some people are born with both the organs who are undeveloped, which is called intersex, and are also called eunuchs, So eunuch is somebody who has changed the sex or is born with underdeveloped both the sexes. Okay. So someone who has done an operation, sex change. Gay is someone who likes men. Lesbian is a man liking a man. A girl liking a girl is lesbian. A trans person, which also sometimes people call as eunuch, is someone who has changed their gender, changed their biological sex.
So first time when you sit with their parents, people who have identified themselves as a gay or a lesbian, you've already created a safe space for them. Now you're kind of engaging with them and making the family also understand. So how does these parents react, especially those parents who genuinely love their kids, they've somewhere known that there is something which is different than usual, but they really don't understand what it is.
Yeah. So that's a very good question. So I will share this with lived experiences. So I was doing a Gay Bombay parents meet many years back. So I remember a mother coming and I with a lot of excitement, I said, see, this is the mother of a gay child and please welcome her, blah, blah, and introduce. And she said, hey, kai sazra garaychi ghost nahi hai. Hey, naisargik hai, blah, blah, blah. And I was shocked, But what I did is I introduced her to other parents, And I remember another story, totally different. My friend who wanted to come out to his mother. And the mother was not very educated, so he doesn't know how to talk about it, what to say, what words to you say. But he said that मैं लड़का हूँ, मुझे लड़के पसंद है. डर के बोला कि मम्मी को क्या रिएक्ट करेगी. तो उसकी मम्मी ने उसको बोला कि तुमने मुझे पहले क्यों नहीं बताया. तू ये जो कश्मकश में था, where you were in a trauma, you were not able to accept yourself, or you took so much time, the questions you were asking to accept your sexuality, I was not there with you. I wish I was there, to be there with you. And that regret I will live for the rest of my life.
I think then it's not about, being educated or being in a metro city. It's all about literacy.
It's about love. It's about selfless love. My blood, my flesh, my child. I remember I was interviewing one lady just a week back, 82-year-old mother. And I said, if you, in your next birth, do you want your son to be gay? And she said, why not? My son is so empathetic, so creative. How does it matter who he likes? I want my son, if given, to come as gay in the next birth. So there are all kinds of people. I remember one mother throwing 5 lakhs to a psychiatrist कि मेरे लड़के को change कर दो, And one mother when they come to know, they said, okay, I don't know anything about this. Can you educate me? Can you introduce me to your friends? Can you bring me literature? I love you you are my child, my blood, sweat and tears. But मुझे कुछ नहीं मालूम है. Can you educate me?
You know, as a mother, it's always a challenge, and I tell this to my daughter that I'm also a first time mother.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, so I also make mistakes, and I admit to her.
yeah.
Okay, when I'm listening to you as a mother, I wonder these mothers would have to take second birth in that life itself to understand their child.
Yeah, because mother also have to come out of the closet, or not the gay guys. You know, कि I'm a mother of a gay child.
Yeah,
So because there's a lot of pressure, ना, कि मेरे लड़के की शादी हो रही है, तुम कभी पेड़ा खिला रही हो, right? So I remember when I was doing that earlier parents meet, the mother go through a lot of guilt. कि there is something wrong with my upbringing. मैं जॉब कर रही थी, इसके लिए तो ये गे नहीं निकला. क्योंकि मैं घर से बाहर रही थी, ये सर्वेंट के साथ पैदा हुआ है, कहीं कुछ हुआ तो नहीं है मेरे एब्सेंस में, इसलिए गे है, इसका बराबर ध्यान नहीं रखा था, ही वॉज अ निग्लेक्टेड चाइल्ड, डिड ही कम टू बी गे. सो मदर गोज थ्रू लॉट ऑफ गिल्ट. Mother goes through a lot of guilt because my mother told me that if your son is not married by 30, that means you're not a good mother. The mother goes through so much guilt, so many questions. Why is your son not getting married? Is something wrong? Is an affair? Is there some disease? So the mother, like how we come out of the closet, the mother also has to come out of the closet and say. But the beauty is now 6 mothers approach me and say कि मेरे लड़के के लिए लड़का ढूंढो. How the world is changing.
So beautiful.
Yeah,
You're
one
doing a
mother
great
told me that
job.
my son is gay and HIV positive. Can he find a life partner? Just imagine mother's love. Accept the child, whatever is it. And so अगर मैंने अपनी लड़की के लिए दामाद ढूंढा तो मेरे लड़के के लिए लड़का क्यों नहीं ढूंढ सकती?
Absolutely. End of the day, I always believe it's about companionship. It's not about what sex, in fact, what relationship you're terming it as. You know, we always say it's husband and wife. But I believe even a friend can become a companion. Even your mother can be your companion. Your sister or your brother can be a companion. Why it always has to be like a partner only?
Yeah, I agree to your point, but the idea is they want to see you happy.
Yeah.
Maybe you may not be able to share everything with that companion, but they want you to be happy that मैं मर जाऊंगी तो पानी का ग्लास कौन देगा मेरे बेटे को.
Now let's talk about Hugging Club.
Yeah.
You know, where you've been talking all about mental health, and I always feel that your Gay Bombay is a big part of mental health that you've been trying not only with gay community but also with their parents, right? And Hugging Club is something which is very specifically dedicated to, you know, mental health. How did this take birth?
Okay, so coming up in a dysfunctional family, you know, parents having mental illness, you know, schizophrenia and bipolar, I was very much sensitized about it, you know. So I started talking about mental health. Though. So 2 or 3 lived experience changed my perspective. Okay, you can talk about it. One is my friend died of suicide. He was 40, his boyfriend had just left him and he had chronic depression. And he couldn't talk about his depression thinking that people will think he's emotionally immature, he's weak, you know, and he took his life. He died of suicide. And that's where it hurt me, that had been somewhere where people can openly talk, because that's a momentary thought, you know, where you could get out of it. So why could people not talk openly about it? So I started talking about it, and there is so much stigma that people don't talk about it. So I clearly remember taking my mom and my dad to a psychiatrist, Dr. Bharat Watwani at Borivali. Okay, he's a very renowned psychiatrist. He has a rehab and he's picked up 10,000 wandering people with mental illness and has rehabilitated them with their family, united. I am sitting at the clinic of Dr. Bharat Watwani at the reception area and telling God, why me? You know, my mother has schizophrenia, my dad is bipolar, I am bringing them to a psychiatrist. Why me? And I see a board over there where it is written, K, at once upon a time, I had depression, I had suicidal thoughts, I didn't know what to do with my life. And I wanted to give up. And then I started Shraddha, a rehab center, and to help people to get out of mental illness and to unite them with the family. when I sat there and I saw a psychiatrist openly talking about their mental illness, suicidal thoughts, then why can't everybody talk about that?
Yeah. And how we identify, he's a psychiatrist, how can he talk? वही बात है, जब वो दूसरों का क्या ख्याल रखे जब उसके खुद के दिमागी हालत से.
Yeah. So that's where I realized that I should start talking about it. So I started talking openly about my parents, about there is so much stigma even today going to a therapist, to a psychiatrist, तो पागल है क्या, But अगर मेरा दांत में दर्द होता है, I don't even think twice, I go to a dentist.
Correct.
But if I'm having a negative thought, I can't function, I'm getting angry, then why can't I go to a therapist or a psychiatrist? Brain is also an organ and you can fall ill. Somebody told me very powerful. My mom did not choose schizophrenia chose my mom. मेरे पापा बुरे इंसान नहीं है, उन्हें बुरी बीमारी है, मुझे बीमारी से लड़ना है, पापा से नहीं. It is not a character flaw, it's a mental illness.
And you know what, like you mentioned about this is also an organ. Brain consumes maximum amount of energy in our entire body.
Yes.
It requires more oxygen than our entire body requires, which means this is functional mode. This functions even when we are sleeping. So why not go to a doctor or a therapist or a psychiatrist when this requires something?
Yeah, absolutely. And why there should be shame? Because I want to live 100% of my life, right? अगर मुझे कुछ हर्निया है या मेरा पेट दर्द है, whatever, मुझे knee pain है, तो मैं जाता हूँ ना. Because I don't want to live a life which is 60% or half. I want to live 100%.
Yeah.
And जिसका इलाज है तो क्यों नहीं?
Yeah, and I think this name itself, Hugging Club, is a beautiful name.
Thank you.
So when I read this name, I was like, it's so beautiful. And I think this this beautiful name in form of a formal organization must exist.
Thanks.
And do you all only invite people from gay community or everybody is welcome to the community?
It is LGBT friendly. So right now we have around 600 people in the WhatsApp group. So 80%, 70 to 85% are from the LGBT community. 25% are, from the straight community, heterosexual, but it is open to everybody. It is LGBT friendly, because I, being gay, can relate to LGBT people. So, there you can talk openly.
So we see that especially in India, talking about mental health, emotional health, or, safe physical connection is not something is still not easily been spoken about. And something which millions of people in India are still struggling with their health, mental health concerns. Like you mentioned about one of your friend did a suicide. I have seen one of the reasons why I also got into coaching into mental health and mindset is because I saw somebody at my community, a 14-year-old boy did a suicide just after speaking to his mother that, he wants a new phone. And mom said that you already have one. Why would you need it? Without any question answer, without any further ado, he shut his door, he hanged himself.
How old?
14 years. We can only blame or assume it's a peer pressure, but we don't really know what it is. So, if these kind of situations when you come across, how do you really handle it? How do you really support them?
So first of all, what happens is that it has to start early. We go and give lectures in school, कि if you have a physical first aid, then why not mental first aid, right?
Beautifully said.
Yeah. So we are invited at school and to give lectures to create that kind of environment कि अगर तुम घर पे बोलते हो कि मुझे पेट दर्द है, तो मुझे ऐसे ख्याल आते हैं सेल्फ हार्म के, मुझे लगता है मैं सब कुछ तोड़ फोड़ दूँ, मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है. Why can't you express themselves and without any judgment, and to create a safe space where they can be mindful, they can talk, they can express, and the idea is to stop blaming people and take responsibility very early in life,
How do one handle criticism or bullying in schools and colleges which happen?
Yeah, that's a lovely question. And it is, oh my God, it's terrible. I remember growing up with Baila, Chakra, Ijra, Namaz, Mummy, Sissy, Pansy. अगर 20 साल पहले किसी ने मुझे छक्का बोला, कुछ भी बोला, तो मैं God, why did you make me like this? I want to bang my head. ये धरती फटे और मुझे ले लो. Me, why me? Today, if somebody calls me chakka, baila, ijra, my thought is that somebody has put into his head to call me like this. He was not born like this. Idea is to use compassion, understanding. He was not born hating me. Society, parents, environment has put into this head that to call me like this. Once I understand that, I am free. I am free. Of course, there is bullying, there is criticism. Then you take action. You take action. But you're mentally, you need to be free, right? It is the influence of the society. It's not him.
But at the age of 14 or let's say 10, 7, how would you ask a child to handle these kind of criticisms and bullying?
So first is at home, you start talking openly about mental health, dinner table conversation. Right? Today people are talking about menopause, menstruation. Talk about mental health. कि ये मेंटल हेल्थ भी है, दिमाग का भी डॉक्टर है. कभी कुछ गुस्सा आता है, तोड़ फोड़ करना है, या सिगरेट पीना है, या कोई ड्रग्स दे रहा है, तो बात करो. I should be able to come home and tell my mom कि मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है, लगता है वो आदमी को तोड़ फोड़ दो, you know, या मुझे बहुत सैडनेस है और ऐसा लगता है कि मैं कुछ कर लो, you know. You create that environment at home. Start with sensitizing parents to talk about it.
And how to embrace your sexuality and stop worrying about what society or people will think about you.
I did not choose to be gay. God made me gay. मैं gay के लाइन में खड़ा नहीं था. भगवान ने मुझे gay बनाया है, right? You know, you accept all colors of flowers when you get a bouquet. Pink है, red है, yellow है, white है. तुम ऐसा नहीं बोलते नहीं ये white मुझे नहीं चाहिए, ये सब ही लेता हूँ. You accept all sexualities. Then why not? You accept a dog and hug. Then why not a human being?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
And
true. True.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know, I have been, when I was researching about, our conversation, what we'll be talking about, and I also came across an article or kind of a reading which says that, gay relationships doesn't sustain long. Why are they so fragile?
Okay. But I just want to add something to your previous, because it's very interesting. How to accept yourself. So I want to wear, say, sandal and a bag. And I don't want to wear it because what will others say? How do you accept yourself? Bappi Larry wear gold jewelry top to bottom.
Right.
So why can't I wear makeup top to bottom, right? People accepted Bappi Larry.
Yeah.
Then why should I stop myself? Sudha Murthy was the only girl in her engineering college 45 years back.
Yeah.
Why can't I be the only guy if I am interested in nursing or stitching or mehndi?
Yeah.
That's how you accept yourself. Okay, you are not weird. You are different. I am in minority. I am not a deformity. I am not abnormality.
I think it's all about, how you frame your mindset. Right, like you said, from I'm not abnormal, I'm just different.
Yeah.
And when you know that you're different and you have right comparisons, because we kind of compare how much ever we say that we would compare even ourselves. So Bappi Larry is a great example. Indeed, if he can wear gold top to bottom, then why can't I love wearing probably just suits? Why can't I just love wearing shirts and pants?
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
You accepted Bappi Larry, Sudha Chandran, Sudha Murthy, sorry. Then why not me, Yeah. Your next question was that, what was the, sorry.
Why do we say that gay relationships are fragile and difficult to sustain?
Yeah. क्योंकि अगर तुम्हारा झगड़ा हुआ तुम्हारे पति के साथ, तुम अपनी को मम्मी को जवाब करता है, मम्मी क्या बोलेगी? मेरे साथ हुआ है, इट्स ओके, चलेगा, होता है सबके साथ. यहाँ तो कोई मम्मी है उनके साथ बोलने को नहीं. So what I'm trying to say कि there is no family support. There is no legal support. There are no kids.
There no knowledge.
What to do? वो small things, कि वो snore कर रहा है, वो ऐसा कर रहा है, वो कर रहा है. So it is very, very difficult and fragile because I have grown with lot of trauma. मेरे को डैडी के साथ बात नहीं कर सकता था कि मुझे क्या है, मुझे डांसिंग करना है, मुझे इंजीनियरिंग नहीं कर रहा है, डैडी के साथ बात नहीं कर सकते. भाई को बोलना था कि वो लड़के पे क्रश है, लेकिन भाई बोलेगा क्या है, तू तो लड़का है, कैसे बोल सकता है लड़के के साथ है. मुझे लेट नाइट गे पार्टी में जाता था, लेकिन कोई था नहीं किसके साथ जाओ. तो मैंने क्या सोचा, मेरा बॉयफ्रेंड आएगा ना, वो सब कुछ करेगा. माई बॉयफ्रेंड विल कम एंड फिक्स माई लाइफ. बट योर बॉयफ्रेंड इज नॉट his responsibility to make you happy or to fix your life. That is your responsibility. And the problem is with our trauma, we have lot of expectation that somebody will come and हमारी नैया पार करेगा. पर वैसा नहीं है ना. He is not responsible to make me happy. मुझे ये सब करना है, लेकिन उसी से करना है जरूरी नहीं है ना. There is so much pressure on him, so it's very fragile. If I want him to, he's not my father, my brother or therapist, but I expect him to be that because मुझे मिला नहीं था childhood में. So that's why it's very fragile.
So, curious question, Umang, is in this partnership there's always one a female and a male. Is that how it is?
ऐसा लोगों को लगता है, but the roles can be different. Sometimes I feel like I am feminine. Sometimes I feel I am more masculine. But ऐसा कुछ, it's nothing like ये फीमेल ये मेल है. देयर कुड बी अ सेक्सुअल रोल कि वन कैन बी अ टॉप, वन कैन बी अ बॉटम, बट इज नॉट ऑलवेज, नॉट नेसेसरी. इट्स जस्ट दैट I am very good in housekeeping and cooking. You are good in going out and earning or taking this kind of responsibilities. It's like that. It's a very usual and a naive question that इसमें लड़का कौन है लड़की है, दोनों लड़के हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
There's no kind of a sexuality, I would not say sexuality preference, but a kind of a, how do I put it, I don't even know, maybe a gender preference or like we say, even in normal is a very wrong word, I'm very sorry, but in a straight people also, I always say that every male has a feminine, right? We say Shiv and Shakti, right? From that perspective, I'm trying to understand, is there in partners, in gay partners, there's always somebody who is a little more feminine in nature and one is masculine in nature, or nothing like that?
Yeah, so there is a spectrum where both can be, there'll be more masculine in both, more feminine in both, or one can be. So one can feel that I'm more feminine, one can feel I'm more masculine. It's subjective, it's a spectrum, it's like that. But ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते कि हमेशा कि ये लड़का है ये लड़की ऐसा कुछ.
So Umang, you've walked into many boardrooms like Tata Steel, JP Morgan, IIT Mumbai, Accenture. These are not small audiences and incredibly not even people who are not educated enough. They're a well-educated set of people, right? So what happens in the room when you start talking about LGBTQ plus inclusion and mental health to corporate audiences like this?
So what I appreciate about them is that they are calling me because they want to sensitize, They want that people in their company who have mental health challenges, people can be more sympathetic. अगर वो लोग मुझे क्यों बुला रहा है, to spread awareness, removing stigma. तो what the audience is, they want to create a space where somebody can go and tell their HR that I am not mentally feeling well because I just had a breakup with my boyfriend. So I love the whole intention. Well, how they take it is that they want people to work together. A crowd, a team where one can be from LGBT or one has mental health challenges. So the idea is to sensitize, to spread awareness, and they want to learn that what can they more do. Like as I said, to create a mental health first aid, to create a helpline, to help people to come out, if they want to tell their parents I am gay, how can they play a role and all that. So the reaction or the thing is out of curiosity, not resistance, कि क्या कर सकते, क्या हो सकता है, कि कल उठ के हमारे आदमी को आना है इंटरव्यू देने को, लेकिन he is coming, he's a trans, so he's coming as a woman. So how do I synthesize from the guard to the HR? Because he has to walk through. But अगर वो लड़का आ रहा है who's a trans man और लड़की आ रही है जो trans woman है, he's very conscious, or she, that how is the guard going to look, so they want us to spread awareness, sensitize the crowd, and to help their people, and I make them understand that if you give the LGBT people a sense of belonging, they will work with a sense of ownership.
Well said. What does inclusivity actually looks like in companies like this?
Inclusivity, the first thing that looks like is that when you enter a space, is there are a lot of people from my community. There are lanyards which are rainbow colored, right? There are washrooms which are gender neutral. When I look at that, there are placards which say that inclusive or diversity is calling somebody for a party. Inclusivity is telling them to dance with you. Right? So when I enter, the vibes are like that. It is written, helpline is there. I can see the policies of discrimination. I can see that I can go and complain. I can see that there are two guys are also coming, and their insurance policy is there for same-sex couple. People want to transition, they are helping it. I see a lot of allyship sessions happening about awareness and all. I see that directors are doing role reversal mentorship. They are learning from kids and millennials what is LGBT. When I see all this, I feel safe. Okay, this is my space.
Let's when we're talking about corporate, tell me, what is that something that a corporate company needs to incorporate in terms of policy from the HR point of view, so that tomorrow morning that would make a real difference in organizations like these, like Tata, Googles of the world, Facebook of the world, all of that?
So first of all, the strong anti-discrimination law, right? Tomorrow, if I am in an environment, if somebody is not giving me work because of my sexuality, I can go and complain. Okay, it can be anonymous. There is a soft sensitization awareness program they can do throughout the year, not in the June month itself, throughout the year. Okay, so the idea is they call somebody from outside and help them from awareness to advocacy. With awareness comes comfort. With comfort comes acceptance, and with acceptance comes advocacy. So this whole journey they have to take, to understand. So a corporate, when they are want to sensitize, they need to have lot of events. And the best thing a corporate can do is somebody from the top or element can come out and say that I am gay, I am a lesbian. Just imagine your board of directors, your boss is coming and openly telling, then you're so comfortable. You have a helpline, you have ERG, they are sponsoring Pride, they are telling you to do gay events and all. I feel at home that I can go and talk.
Let's talk about Mr. and Mr.
Okay.
The first matchmaking gay platform in India, right? How was it for you to initiate that first time?
So, Mr. and Mr. was born during the pandemic in 2021, okay? So what happened is I have a friend, in fact, who who had called me up in the middle of the night and said that I want to give up my life. There is no hope. I will not find a life partner. I'm going to be all alone. I don't want to be lonely, I don't want to be all alone. I had registered for some matchmaking event, but it turned out to be fake, and that was my only hope, Now what will I do? I don't want to come home every day to empty walls, And that's where I told him that be patient. I got him out of the suicidal thoughts, and I talked about to my friend Abhishek, who is my business partner, and he said, why not we start like a shadi.com, Bharat Matrimony for gay people. Only thing is, marriage is not legalized in India. So we talk about long term, we talk about matchmaking, and that's how it started. Is idea to help the community find in a healthier way. When you go to other dating apps, people block you, they ghost you, they mock you, because most of the time it's all about physical. Tu buddha hai, tu kala hai, tu mota hai. They ghost you, and it takes a toll on your mental health. People rejecting, can't handle rejection. So here is a healthier way where we do background verification. Sometimes people get married or they are already married. They are blackmailers, So we do a thorough background verification. We prepare them for a relationship. We help them find a life partner, and we help them sustain a relationship. So that's the whole idea.
I get where this Mr. and Mr. took birth from. What was the inspiration behind it, or motivation behind it? Usually, we go to any matchmaking platform to find a companion or a love, right? With Mr. and Mr., do you think it is love is just a surface level thing? It's much more deeper than that.
Yeah, love is main is acceptance. Main is feeling validated that I also deserve a partner. Okay, it's a courage to come out. If I find a life partner, I can go and tell my parents that I'm gay. Right. So it's much more than love. It is acceptance. It is courage to come out. It is fulfilling all my childhood dreams. So it is, love is one thing, but it's just to come out and be my true self instead of hiding. And finally, I have someone. Where I was so scared. I don't have to do that all this alone. I have someone. Tomorrow, if I go and tell my mother and they cut off the relationship, कोई तो है मेरे साथ.
Yeah. What does it mean to you when someone finds their partner through your platform?
Well, I feel so happy. First of all, that somebody has found a life partner. Now, the idea is the next step is to help them sustain, to create resources. Because मैं जैसे बोला कि यहाँ स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, मुझे पसंद नहीं आया ये तो मैं तुम्हें छोड़ रहा हूँ. The main thing for me at that time is to make them understand and take responsibility of their relationship or of their feeling instead of blaming. So I'll give you an example where the work starts. And what we do is that suppose you get into a relationship and तुमने तो सोचा बाप रे ये तो हम लेट नाइट मूवी में जाएंगे, ये करेंगे, ये तो 10 बजे सो जाता है. I don't want to be in this relationship. And you start blaming the other person कि I am suffering, I am in a mess, my life is horrible because I want to go for a late night party and you sleep at 10. And that's where we educate people. It's called psychoeducation, that stop blaming and start taking responsibility. Okay, he is not making you suffer. You expected that like a Bollywood will go for late night movies. वो मुझे gift लाएगा, मेरे लिए wait करेगा और खाना नहीं खाएगा. The relationship or the partner is not living up to your expectation. And that's why you are suffering. He is not making you suffer. And this is so important.
I think all the happiness depends on this. Whether you're gay, you're lesbian, you're straight, anything. Like, like Sadhguru says, what's happening outside is not in your control, but what will happen inside you is 100% in your control.
Absolutely. Bang on, bang on, bang on. The idea is that मैं एक ही चीज से सब कुछ एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ. ये मेरे लिए खाना भी बनाएगा, ये मेरे को मूवी के लेके जाएगा, हम प्लानिंग भी करेंगे, हम ये भी जाएंगे. There's so much pressure on that one. Why can't I have a... Because Bollywood ने बोला है कि दो जिस्म एक जान है, वो सब मेरा दिमाग. अब तो है तुम पे हर खुशी अपनी, तुम पे मरना है जिंदगी अपनी. That's suffocating. Absolutely suffocating because your whole life is revolving around that person. I remember asking a gay couple who've been together for 35 years. I told Dipen ke, what does Sameer do to make you happy? He said, Sameer is not a joker to make me happy. My happiness is my responsibility.
Well put. Well put.
So the idea is to make understand that I can go shopping with somebody. I can go movies with somebody. I can travel with somebody. I don't have to depend everything on one thing, right? अगर वो मुझने मुझे बोला, okay, कि तू खराब है, तू सेल्फिश है या गुस्से में ये बोला, okay, और वही चीज़ में सोचा उसने मुझे सबके सामने ऐसा बोला, उसने मेरा इंसल्ट किया, वो बोल के तो चला गया. मैंने सोचा एक दिन, एक घंटा, एक दिन, एक हफ्ता, एक महीना, एक साल, and then I fall ill. And what do I say? You called me ugly in front of everybody. Yeah. That's why I'm suffering. वो तो एक मिनट बोल के चला गया. एक साल किसने अपने आप को बोला? That responsibility you have to take.
That's overthinking. That's just overthinking, over communicating and whatnot.
So, but you need to take responsibility for that,
100%
right?
you have.
और 9 चीज उसने अच्छी बोला है, कभी मैंने सोचा भी नहीं है दूसरी बार. एक चीज पकड़ के बैठा है. So that is the challenge. कि you need to educate people that it's It is not about finding someone better looking, someone, because अभी तो swipe left right, ये नहीं तो ये ठीक है ना, ये नहीं तो कोई और मिलेगा, make you, no, but there is beyond body, beyond looks, there is out there, so we need to start moving towards that.
What does love in an LGBTQ community looks like today in India?
Love is, if I look at it, is just accepting person the way they are, not trying to change them, you know. Love is more connection, not looking for a validation, right? कि हम दोनों हैं और हम लोग डांस कर रहे हैं, कभी कभी हम बहुत दूर हो जाएंगे, कभी एक दूसरे के पैर में चढ़ जाएंगे, but slowly I'll find a rhythm कि तूने आटा बांधा है, मुझे रोटी बनाना है, मुझे बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं, it is understood. Those working together in a kitchen, doing that boring routine thing, that is love, not putting on social media.
Yeah. Umang, what are unique challenges in building a relationship today when the world is still catching up with an idea of, you know, gay couples, lesbian couples, or rather say LGBTQ as a community?
The challenge is, it's sad that there is so much outside, you know, because there is no legality, there are no kids, there are no parents support. It's so easy to, you know, get influenced by what is happening outside, you know, to in the के अच्छा ये तो कपड़े अच्छा नहीं पहनते, मैं किसी और को ढूंढता हूँ, you know, that breakup, that's a challenge. The challenge is I have grown up with not fulfilling my basic. I was bullied, there was trauma, there were so many other things, you know. तो मैं डेटिंग ऐप में, स्नेहा, आपने मुझे 2 घंटे तक रिस्पॉन्स नहीं किया, राइट? तो व्हाट डू? आई ब्लॉक यू बिकॉज आई फील यू आर रिजेक्टिंग मी. बिफोर यू रिजेक्ट, लेट मी ओनली रिजेक्ट. बट व्हेन यू एंटर अ रिलेशनशिप, उसने 2 दिन बात नहीं किया तो oh, you are making me suffer because of that, you're not calling me, you're ignoring me, you're online and you're not talking to me. But the idea is to learn that, to shift the focus from you to him. Okay, what is wrong? Why have you not called me for 2 days? Is everything okay with you? Are you fine? That is the challenge. Because the challenge right now though is all about me. मुझे ये नहीं मिल रहा है, मुझे attention नहीं मिल रहा है, मुझे ये नहीं ये. Because बचपन में मिला नहीं था ना. अभी वो सब चाहिए और वो सब एक आदमी से ही चाहिए. तो आइडिया इज टू टेक थेरेपी, टेक हेल्प. ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू फिक्स योर लाइफ.
Umang, let's do something different. I'm going to put you under some real life situations and would not want a theoretical answer, but a generally, what would you do in such a situation? Yeah. First instance, my best friend just told me they are gay. I love them, but nobody ever prepared me for this moment. What do I do? What do they actually need from me right now?
First of all, if your best friend comes out and tells you gay, first go and give him a hug. Jadoo ki jappi. That he has gathered the courage to come and tell you. Because he must have gone through 1,000 times कि if you stop talking to me, what will be? So just appreciate that he's got the courage to come and tell you that he's gay, his authentic self. He is brave enough that tomorrow he will not get married to a woman and be his true himself. So first hug him and make him feel happy and be proud. Tell him that I'm always there. Maybe I don't understand anything. And आज के पहले जो भी मैंने gay jokes मारे थे उसके लिए sorry. Because you live making fun of all these people. So tell him I'm sorry for that. And tomorrow if you want to go to any party, anything, I will come with you. And make me understand. And nothing has changed between us. Only your sexuality is different. You are my friend. That is more important. Your sexuality is secondary. तेरी शादी में मैं नागिन डांस करूंगा तो लड़का ढूंढ.
Lovely. I'm a gay. Second instance, I'm a gay and I want to open up, but I'm terrified. I do not know where to begin. Is there a right way to come out, and what if it goes bad?
Yeah. So every situation is different. Every household is different. Every environment is different. Some people are very progressive. Some people are not very progressive. But you know, it's love. Sometimes the progressive parents also will kick you out at times, and the simple, uneducated parents will accept you. But if you want to say the basic thing, what you need to come out is, first of all, start talking. not about you. I remember telling my mom कि दो लड़की लोग ने शादी किया, दो लड़के लोग लव में है, and see how they respond. Take them, make them show people movies like Shubh Mangal Saavdhan, sensitize them, show them videos, and then slowly what you can do, there's such a support system. Go and meet a queer affirmative therapist. उससे पूछो कैसे. There is a beautiful group called Sweekar, parents of LGBT. Go and talk to them कि how can I come out to their parents, my parents, and then introduce them to your parents. So slowly.
Instance 3. If I am a parent and my child just told me they are gay, I love them, but I'm shocked and confused and I do not know what to say. What do I do in this moment and what do I absolutely not?
Okay. First of all, again, hug your child because he's died 1,000 deaths inside before coming out to you because he didn't know how to say it. You're going to go cry, you may feel hurt, you may kick him out, or you may feel guilty. So just appreciate that he has got the courage to come out. And here is a time of rose reversal. You tell him that I don't know anything about this, give me information. Right? Make me meet other parents who have accepted, I want to know more. बचपन में मैंने तुम्हें सिखाया था, अब तुम मुझे सिखाओ तुम्हारी दुनिया के बारे में, मुझे तो कुछ नहीं मालूम है. And the idea is that he is not abnormal, he is just different. And you just need to find out more. It's like, if you have a child, you don't need to be ashamed and embarrassed. If you have grey eyes, blue eyes, you're so proud. You put it on internet कि मेरा लड़के की blue eyes है, grey eyes है, तो मेरा लड़का gay है, वो minority है, blue eyes, gay eyes minority है, तो ये भी exclusivity है. Be proud. The way you're proud of the grey eyes of your child, be proud of the sexuality. He did not choose to be gay. He was born gay. And he's born out of your blood, sweat and tears.
Yeah. One last one. If I'm carrying something from my childhood that I've never spoken about and I've just learned to function around it, how does someone actually heal from childhood trauma, not just survive it?
It's a very good question. I grew up with a lot of trauma and blame my parents for my not getting early success or not able to have relationship, being something called as codependent. When I got into a relationship, I wanted everything from that guy. So suppose first of all, when you're going through a trauma, the first thing is try to forgive the other person. If your parents did something like that, or you complain to your parents that I'm having this sexual abuse, or I want to do this and you did not listen. See, your parents did what they could do at their best at that time. The intention was good. So first of all, forgive them. And second is, you are 18 now. Take responsibility. You can no longer keep blaming. Okay. Take help. Go to support groups like Hugging Club of India, so many, and try to see how other people have dealt with the trauma. You don't have to live with that trauma. But the idea is, तुम्हारे साथ हुआ है, किसी ने किया है. अभी तुम, it's like तुम्हारे पैर में खीला है. Okay, you have a choice. Oh, the government should ban people throwing nails over here. Government is not doing anything. Oh, they are not hiring good sweepers. ये क्या करता है? You can keep complaining about the nails on the road, or you have a choice to remove the nail. What do you want to do?
Take responsibility.
Take responsibility.
One last. I'm a gay, but due to family pressure, I had to marry a woman. And now she's slowly realizing the truth. What do you say to a man who made that choice? And what do you say to a woman who is just finding out?
It's a very heartbreaking situation, and sometimes it is nobody's fault. People sometimes realize their sexuality late, or sometimes we don't want to judge them. They may have certain circumstances. The first thing, if you're a man and you realize that you are in a marriage, straight marriage, and you are gay, the first thing is to start taking responsibility. Okay, it's my mistake. Because tomorrow, if you may not be able to have a kid, समाज तो बोलेगी कि लड़की में ही प्रॉब्लम है, लड़के में नहीं, right? So even a divorce is looked down. So first of all, accept and tell your parents and his parents that there is This is something I had hidden. Right? If you want, you can tell the society that I am gay and this is my fault. I shouldn't have gone. And I'm really sorry. I'm ready to take all the responsibilities and maybe get divorced and help you find a life partner for yourself. Okay. Take responsibility. It's done. Now what? Tell the whole world that there's no problem with her. It is my mistake. I shouldn't have got married. Okay. And whatever is it, whether it is alimony, property, whatever, give it to her and if possible find a life partner for her. Help her to start fresh. What has happened is happened. But the idea is that she doesn't have to continue in this marriage, which is a shame, which is not happy. Both are not happy. It's better that you take responsibility, separate and start fresh.
So Umang, today I think the conversation was quite deep. I also feel that something which everyone should know, that the other person is not a joker. You need to take responsibility of your happiness. One beautiful thing which I'm going to take away is that you did not choose mental illness. Mental illness chose you. Again, it goes back to the idea, take responsibility and work on it. In last 25 years, you have created a safe space for hundreds of people. You've saved them from suicide, depression, gave them companions, recreated their families, helped their parents to, accept them. Today, I've given a choice for you to write the next page of your life. What would be the first line of that page?
The first line is, what is taboo today will be norm tomorrow. Okay. Today, it works in both the areas of my life, my both initiatives. आज मुझे पर्पल पैंट पहन के डिस्को में जाना है. लोग क्या बोलेंगे, लड़का हो के पर्पल पैंट पहना है, सैंडल पहना है, पर्स पहना है, and I will not go. After 10 years, it will become common. After 10 years, before 10 years, divorce was the common, single mother was the common, a woman getting widow, wearing white sari was common. आज कोई करता है? कोई नहीं करता है. Okay, today divorce is common, single woman is common, श्रृंगार करके जाओ विधवा होने के बाद, it's common.
It's all okay, yeah.
All okay. 10 years back, it was a taboo.
Yeah.
So what you want to do today, hold a guy's hand, get married to a guy, wear a purple shirt, or I don't know, wear shorts and go to a disco, there is a taboo. Tomorrow it will become a norm. Yeah. But do you want to suffer for 10 years? Tomorrow talking openly that I have got bipolar, I have got depression, I am taking therapy is going to be very common. That I am going to my dentist, I am going to my psychiatrist. But today is a taboo and you're not going and not talking. Who is suffering? You. You are suffering today. So the line is, what is taboo today will become a norm tomorrow. But till it become a norm tomorrow, why I want to suffer?
Well put, well put. I love this conversation, Umang. And we had a great conversation. I hope this, when somebody who listens, it's not only for LGBTQ people, but this is also for all the listeners who have been suffering in some or the other way, because we're always living somebody else's identity.
Yeah.
So let's break that identity. Let's break that ego that I am someone to being what I want to be.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Sneha, for making this podcast, calling different guests so people can live the truth themselves. They can